Hello, replay viewer. Thanks for coming. I'm started a little earlier and I'm getting ready. Hello, hello, hello. Today I'm going to talk about the time management tips, and I wanted to ask you about what's your time management tips as well. So, hi Janine, thanks for coming. How's your weather in Chicago? New York is very not humid but hot today. Did you think about what's your time management tips? TikTok. Time management. French Bulldog is under the table. Maybe she's gonna bark. Game plan? Yeah, that's right. So best time management is, planning. Definitely. Plan is very important. So you can't manage your time without planning. Oh, okay. Yeah, some people don't plan at all, but I think 100% successful people and planning ahead and making goals, and the business owner is same thing, and they making business plan. When I started my business first time, and I think I wrote the business plan, but not the whole thing. Maybe 10 pages or 6 pages. But planning ahead is very important. But you don't have to plan 5 years or 10 years, but at least like 1 year. Common is 18 months, like 1.5 year. So I was taking the Puchi Peri class. I'm sharing, my time management tips is like using Google Calendar, and the main tip was Friday night and planning ahead like next week, because I used to plan Monday morning, but I decided to do Friday because Monday morning is always hectic and busy. Thanks for coming back. I turn it off do you hear the fan noises? I turn it off the AC because that's making a lot of noises. Oh, Outlook. Okay, that's Outlook calendar, you think? That's nice. Outlook, I think Outlook has a task management thing, but I haven't used Outlook for when is the last time? Oh, when the tunnel? Yeah, there's a kind of like construction outside. Maybe I can turn it off to a fan. How's that? Is that better? But it's still, there's some construction, like what do you call it? It's like a generator things that's outside. That I can't control. Hope sounds better now. There's a lot of noises from the outside. It's better? Oh, good. So you plan a week? No? Okay. That's interesting because you know the trick, but you don't do it. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna talk about the mindset, but okay. You're complicated? You mean your life is complicated or you are complicated? I saw the young business and business owner. Okay. Okay. You like complicated things. Some people like that, complicated stuff.
Some people like that, complicated stuff. Some people like that, complicated stuff.
Okay, I think it's almost time now. Doesn't have to be because only few people, because I was really lazy this week and I didn't make the announcement for the Puchi Peri story, and I didn't tweet about it. So these days, like a fewer people, it's like a kind of private, like a small group of talking. That's kind of nice too. Yeah, Hideko-san used to come here, but now she's in the hospital. But she messaged me, everything was fine, and even she messaged me right after the surgery. So that means, that's a good sign because she can type something. It's not, everything was successfully done. Hi. Oh yeah, I remember you. I think you joined for my scoping for Seinfeld, right? Hi. Yeah, that was good news. Yeah, I was talking about one of the super fan of me, and she always come into. Oh, you did? Oh, nice. Come into my scope. Sometimes like two of us like talking about a story or some scoping, but it's she can't come today because of she's in hospital. Okay, today is a time management. Topic is a time management, and I normally create this like a short story, like a 1 minute and 30 second story, using 3 or 5 like sentences, right? But I'm going to do something different today because I have I'm teaching at Skillshare, so everybody's know what the Skillshare is. This is maybe the address is hiding. That's right here, Skillshare. No? Do you know the Udemy? It's like e-learning platform, and most of the teacher using either Udemy or Skillshare to teach their class. It's like a short class. The Udemy has a really long class, sometimes like a 5 hours and 10 hours class. But a Skillshare is like most likely between 10 to half an hour. Yeah, some of the class is free, but some of the difference between Udemy and Skillshare is Udemy, you can take individual class, like you can buy individual class. Like the prices vary. It's like a most reasonable one is like $20 or $15. Then highest price would be 200 or 250. Depends on the length and depends on the popularity or quality of the class. Sorry. Skillshare is a membership subscription, so you can subscribe. I think now they're doing campaign like 2 months free, so you can sign up for 2 months free. I think 1 month is $12, I think. Because I'm a teacher, I don't know the price. Sorry. I think last time I checked was $11.95 or something like that. So this is my page, like Skillshare. It's called the SnowSugar, and Skillshare.com/SnowSugar. Then I have been teaching about how to craft a story, and also where's my other? how to shoot your video using smartphone and edit, and also you can do voiceover. Those kind of class I've been teaching since last November, I think. Feels long time, but only not even a year. Then I created some Japanese class, but as you see, only 2 students right now. Anyway, so this is a class platform, and I am preparing time management class because many people ask me the time management tips, and also even I teach how to create like a story video, and some of the students told me how I can manage the time to shoot, craft story, and shooting, and also editing. I've been teaching this type of skill to my interns and also friends, and since they requested, I decided to teach time management skill on Skillshare. And I've been preparing some videos, edit. I've been teaching using iMovie app, the iPhone user, but these days many students requested me, can you teach something not iPhone user? Then recent class I used the Video app that's available for Android, so I created 2 classes. The one is Japanese and the other one is English, and that's the use Video app for the Android, available both Android and iPhone. And also some students said they don't want to show their face and they don't want to take so much time to making video. Sorry, this noise is like my bread making machine. Then I decided to teach these classes very easy, because maybe you can create the story video within 2 or 3 hours, because you don't have to show your face and you just use your video or photo you already have in your phone, then just do the voiceover about your story. So anyway, this is a Skillshare class. I was gonna just share it. Then this is the video, like intro video about time management. So let me play. I was going to share the sound, but it wasn't successful. I've been practicing since like 6:30, but it's not successful. Maybe I have to have some different like audio set, but I haven't asked John to do it. But anyway, I just want to show you. Then I'm gonna stop this. I use the this is not slide. It's called Prezi. That's the name of the website. It's kind of interesting movement and presentation tool. Oh no, don't say that. Normally people not liking their own voice. When I was little, I used to hate my voice. I didn't want to record it. But now I gave up. I have to accept. Okay, my voice is not so bad, but not great, but it's okay. But if you really hate your voice or you don't want to use your voice, you can ask. Do you know the Fiverr, the website? You can ask someone to do the voiceover for you. You just write the story, then ask someone. You still don't like your voice? Or if you have a friend who has the good voice, you can ask her or him to do it. You never heard of Fiverr? Okay, let me share it. Fiverr. Oh wait, where is the website? Okay, Fiverr. That's the company also based in New York City. Because of the Fiverr, it came from $5. Because some of the people working overseas, not in United States, like from India or Indonesia and what else, and Pakistan, they can work in a really reasonable price, like which is $5 or $10. But if you want to ask someone who lives in New York, you may not, you know, have a $5 voiceover talent. So this is a Fiverr, and if you want to find someone like a voice actor, and you can find from here. Hi, Anderson. Oh, you know this site? Okay. But this is very popular site, and it's kind of if you can create some $5 and $10 work, it's really good promotion. It's a good site to promote. No, it's okay. Oh, still at work? You still working? You need a time management? That's why you stopping by. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. So I'm doing a little bit different than normal. Oh, you need me? Okay, I'll do my best. So this is the site and called Prezi. That I use this site to do the presentation for the time management. So I was going to share the voice, but it's unsuccessful. I just maybe briefly explain, or maybe you can read. This is the my new class called time management, and this is promo video. I tried to make 1 to 2 minutes, but it's ended up 3 minutes. Yeah, it looks professional, but I didn't create any. This is the template. We just type it in some important word. You don't have to do anything like a background or movement. It's automatically moved this way. So what do you think about time management? Do you think time management is difficult? Yeah, that's the thing. If you make a habit, 難しい。そうね。But if you think 難しい or difficult, it's kind of started to block your mindset, don't you think? Because if you're willing to do something, it's your brain or your body is like started to moving forward. Yeah, also at work, it's so many things like interrupted or emergency comes up or different like extra job. So it's harder to, manage some uncertainty. So, I think we talked about the goal last week. So it's okay to have a big goal. It's like I think I was sharing like a very funny and goal. So the one guy said when he was little, I want to marry the actress. That type of goal can be achievable. I was talked about it in Japanese session. Like I have a 2 account, one for English and one for Japanese. This is SnowSugarVideo is English account, and the other account called SnowSugar, I've been scoping in Japanese. So the other account, I was explaining about what was the example of the big goal, then how to break down to the small goal. So if you have a complicated life or complicated stuff, or a lot of things to do, you can always break down small tasks, right? Oh, hi, Puchi Peri. So he's the one and started the Puchi Peri, and I'm kind of jump on to the story part, and this is mine's called Puchi Peri story. Yeah, so when you before going to the time management or before making goals, everything is mindset. So you have to, commit yourself. You have to tell yourself, I'm going to change or I'm going to break my bad habit. You don't have to say bad, I'm going to break my rule, or I'm going to change my life, or you have to tell yourself. Probably you have to do like at least 1 week or maybe a couple times. Then you have to, learning or researching about the tool or tips. Then you're going to digest and try implementing your schedule. What I did first time, because I'm not good at the time management in the whole life. So some certain time period I was really bad time management. I didn't even plan and I didn't do anything. I just like work whatever is coming. Those type of period of time, of course I didn't good enough money, maybe I didn't have enough time, that everything was chaos, everything was like messed up. So when I decided to do time management, what I did was tracking every time. For instance, I was making clothing, like I didn't know how much time I need for the making skirt, because I never planned, I never did the time management by that time. So I tracking the time from the beginning to the end. Then I realized, oh, I need 3 hours to make this type of task. Good morning. Okay, good morning. I started to kind of speaking. Hi. So before the time management, change your mindset to to believe in yourself and you can do it. Then the second step is you can track the task. How much time do you need for finishing that task? Don't guess, because sometimes for instance, the making skirt is 3 hours at least need the time to making. But if you plan 1 hour, of course you cannot finish. So the time, how much time do you need for the task, how much time do you need to do things. That's very key to making plan. So after how much time you need, then you just easily plan. Then I always suggested everyone to have an extra half an hour every day at least, because as Janine and other talked about, is always uncertainty or emergency or something unexpected is happen. So that's why don't schedule like really tight. Also plan for extra time, at least half an hour, sometimes hour. That case you can use the extra time for something happened. Then you don't have to worry about you may not worry about you may not finish this task, or start to, because if you not finishing first task, maybe second task also incompleted, then third, it's kind of chain reaction. That's causing stress. I think a lot of stress. Maybe I'm sharing all the tips. So that's my tips. So if you have a tips, and please feel free to share the group. And after I finish this class, and I send you the free link for everyone to try, because you are joining my scoping. But I didn't make a plan when I finish this class, but I'm making plan for this class to be finished very soon. So I use the Prezi, that's a presentation tool, and also recording tool, as you see, Screencast-O-Matic. Everything is free. You can create same thing as I do. Oh, you are trouble to estimating your time? Have you ever tracked your time for the tasks? For instance, another word, if you're not, do you set the deadline? Oh, okay, yes. So there's a two-way, because it's like a video shooting or photo shooting. If you don't set the deadline, you're shooting like as long as you want. Okay, you set the deadline, that's good, but you have a trouble to set the amount of time for the one task, like a photo retouching. You don't know how much time do you need. Yeah, of course it depends on what kind of photo. Sometimes you need half an hour to be finished and 1 hour to be finished. What I do, okay, you added more time. If you have extra time, as I say, if you have extra time to set, you can use the extra time for the task. Takes a little longer than you expected. Or if you already set the 3 tasks like for one day to be finished, there's all 3 tasks has a close to the like a deadline. I think what I do is a task number 1, time to be, I block the 2 hours, but I haven't finished, but if I takes half an hour, then if finished, I use extra time to be finished. But it looks like I need another 2 hours. I just stop, then move on to the second task, then finish the second task and third task, and then come back task number 1. It depends on each deadline. Hello, Makiko-san. Yeah, that's what I do, but sometimes, because if I set 3 hours job for a day, it's already 9 hours. So that's right, because otherwise you have to kind of push task number 2 and task number 3 for almost next day, or you have to work overnight or something like that. Oh, you're sacrificing task number 2 and sacrifice. Not. Hi, Tristan. Pikachu-san, you changed your profile photo. It's like really angry. Probably you being angry these days. I assumed. Oh, okay. Okay. Probably you don't know the news about one of our, my super fan Hideko-san is in the hospital. But everything is going well, and she messaged me last night right after surgery, and everything is fine. She had a plan to join this class, but I don't see her. Of course she can. I don't think she can join this class right after the surgery. but she was willing to. That was good, goal to do it, because she still like pushing herself in a good way, not a bad way, I think. Yeah, I think so. So inside of my class, it's going to share the few tips, not everything, and I think this is also going to detail about the mindset, maybe, because mindset is important, because if you're not changing your mindset, even though you're taking a lot of good class or expensive class like time management, I don't think you can manage your time properly. Oh, you don't see the Jinine's bubble? I see Jinine's bubble here. Yeah, sometimes, because Johnson sometimes say that, and you don't see some of the followers while he's doing Puchi Peri. And also, I found the 25 tips time management in Japanese. This is really all good things, and some of them same thing I talked, I think. If you see the tips of the listing is always good and you feel, oh, that's a great idea, but sometimes may not fit your schedule or may not fit your task, because for instance, number one is 一日の始まりは簡単ですぐに終わるタスクから始める. That means, and you started to work on the task not taking so much time and easy to finish, such as like checking. I think probably, hi Steven, right? Thanks for coming, long time no see. I am doing little different way, kind of almost like a discussion about time management this time, not the creating story. Good evening. And the time management is the most common issue is checking email. It's interrupting, like when you receive the email, because now Google or Gmail and Facebook, they have a unnecessary feature for at work, right? They have a kind of notification, tiny notification pop-up window while you're working on the computer. Those definitely interrupt your work. So I normally ignore or turn it off. Yeah. Because otherwise you keep coming, checking your email whenever you receive something. So that is a lot of interruption. Oh, good. Turn it off. Oh, okay. Yeah, I strongly suggest it. Turn it off. A couple of years ago, I was working on the very... Yeah. That's what it is. That's a very similar situation. I was, working on a computer, don't have email and Facebook notification. It's like a very old computer and have only the Photoshop in it or something like that, not even Wi-Fi. That when I working on the Photoshop computer without Wi-Fi, I was very focused. Then I realized how people interacted by email and lots of notification, because now I'm opening up a lot of windows sometimes, because your thoughts it's coming in your mind, then while you're working, then you started to say, oh, maybe I have to order that, I have to check my email, or I have to call someone. When you came up those type of thoughts, or the kind of like things, please write it down on your paper, then you can do it later, not right now. Everybody say this Japanese. Airplane mode. That's a good way. That's smart. Yes, smartphone is changing everybody's life. Even economy, because smartphone is getting more expensive. How teenager or young, like 20s, afforded that type of expensive devices, right? Yeah. Sometimes I make an excuse. Oh, sorry, my phone died. Or I left my phone at home. Because most of the people expected me to call me back, or did you check my email, or did you check my text? Text, they're expected to text them back right away, right? I haven't used the text until I think last year. When someone texts me, I say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't do text. Because my text service is so expensive, I don't think I can afford it. Then the person and switching WhatsApp. So can you download WhatsApp, then I can text you. Anyway, smartphone is supposed to make your life easier, but I think life more complicated. Yeah, WhatsApp, Line, Kakao. I don't know the Kakao one. Yeah, that's right. And also, I didn't do emoji because that takes so much time. Oh, Line is also from Korea. Kakao is Korean too? Oh, that's right. WeChat and Facebook and Messenger, all different type of. Right, the Line is very popular for Japanese people. I can't check everything because otherwise, that if I get paid, maybe I can check everything. But those are not related to my work. But some business owner using Line timeline to promoting their businesses. That's kind of how I can explain that. It's kind of like a jump into the different line, there's no line between business and work, because whenever I have to do Facebook posting and ended up looking at my personal timeline. Right, that's right. Great app. Yeah, there's a lot of great app. There's a lot of time management app. As I explain this, but you have to go to the different type of apps. Now everybody's talking about app. Okay. Free cow. That's interesting. Because since last year or this year, I started to talking about AI, like artificial intelligence. It's getting very scary because iPhone now you can turn it into camera, it's video and audio and also tracking devices. Even New York City subway, when you ride on the subway, or your big brother is coming? Nice. In Texas? That's nice to have your family member. What do you think about the Facebook new, not Facebook, new, like a Messengers app and the new feature, and they're showing your friend when they're logged in? I don't think that's necessary. Because I don't want to show when I was logged in. I wasn't sure what's the number, like 5H or 6H. And I was like, what is this 6H? Oh, this person is logged in 6 hours ago? Why do we need to know? Don't you think? Because it feels like an individual person can be a celebrity, because you can, if you do YouTube or Scope, then you can be a sort of famous sometimes. Because I watched the New York City like Times Square scoping, and someone, you know, telling about the New York scoper. It's like I was watching TV show. No. Yeah, Facebook. Facebook less would be easier. I have a funny story too, you know, about my friend, and she was telling me, I'm going to Japan, but don't tell anyone, because I'm supposed to have a job in the United States. But she went there and she opened a Facebook app. Then, and you know, the feature have showing who is friend near you. Do you know the feature? Then she was pop up on her friend's Facebook. Oh, you are in Japan now? I told her to not open the Facebook app. But she did. But she's still like pretending, oh, I was not in Japan, that was something wrong, you know. Oh, that's good. No, you can do Facebook maybe laptop, but not iPhone. If you don't want to. If you don't want to show someone then near you or where you are. Proxy server. Okay. Or you can, you know, kind of, there's a some, I don't know what's the app or not, you can kind of change their IP address or tracking system. I think Wallen-san did something funny, even though he was in Hiroshima, but he kind of manipulated his tracking system to show up some address in United States. Right. But most of the people not tech savvy, and even though they set the privacy on a laptop, they assumed the iPhone also set the privacy, but you have to set privacy individual device. Right. You like it that way? That means showing up your friend near you. Then you can find out your, oh, Okay, you can find your friend. Yeah, of course, some of the feature is very useful, and especially the Japanese news. But I haven't watched the TV news anymore, so I don't see that kind of news. But when I was watching the news and someone said, the little kids was missing, but she has a smartphone, then police identified where she was, then rescued safely. Those type of feature, news. When I hear it, that tracking system is helped someone. We can totally talk about different things, but that's okay. Sometimes we need it, right? Right. Social media is fun and also useful, but not at work. That's the conclusion, right? Right. So it don't accept any friend, any people you don't even know, and there's a lot of people trying to make a friend. Some people doing like a business promotion, I think. I normally don't accept the invitation. The person I don't even know. I think so, but I don't know your full name, right? Because you don't scope anymore. Oh, that's a nice story. Yeah, because United States is a huge country. It's like 20 times than Japan or maybe more. After you graduate, you easily, lost contact of some of the friend. That's the reason why they started the Facebook, right? Oh, that's good. Yeah. Sometimes, if I met like once or twice for the networking, then become a friend and lot of like information, almost too much information to find out. Then second time or third time I, meet someone, it's kind of feel weird. Oh, that's a nice story. I think a couple of years ago, like 5 years ago, and someone mentioned about like ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend things on the Facebook. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I also reunited for the film crew because I used to work for the film industry. The film business is after a film finished, we're not gonna have a team, like work as the same people as a team second time. That's never happened. So, and I was looking for someone, wanted to contact, and then I found them through the Facebook, and we are still contacting the film crew we worked 20 years ago. Oh my gosh, yeah, 20 years ago, maybe over 20 years ago. Because good film and like makes us a good friendship, but a bad film or like a weird film, and I don't think we contacted each other anymore. Yeah, that's right. I was like 5 years old. How do you know? Yeah. No, I think you are younger than me. No? Oh, you didn't share your age. I thought you were younger, but anyway, you know. Okay. I was putting together about my pitch for the investors or the our potential customers. I think storytelling 42歳. Oh, okay. Same generation, I think. Generation X, I think. I'm not a millennials. Probably John-san is millennials or Generation Y, I think. Yeah, X. So storytelling is very useful. As we talked about like social media, I brought up some of the story to share you. Yeah. You're borderline for the millennials? Okay. Because I've been researching about the generation. Thank you so much and have a fun with your brother. Thank you so much. Then one day you can scope about story. I'm looking forward to your scope someday. Yeah, I was telling like a story is same thing. It's like a time management. So when you say story, oh, story is maybe difficult or know how I can, say it. But people always saying story like I did, like a Facebook story of my friend. So story is not that difficult. So please share your story this weekend. The New York is going to be colder. Today is really hot, and last night was really it's like a summer, but it's getting cooler. So after got the because the leaf hasn't changed yet. I think as you see the Johnson scope, and Nagoya is also not ready for fall, right? Not turning the color yet, the tree and leaf. Not tree, like leaves, I think. New York has only 2 weeks of the fall and a really good color, so I tried to catch up, scoping, and maybe not Times Square, Central Park, and near there's a little like lake. Generation story. Okay. Yeah, sure. Generation story is fun. Inappropriate for Japanese. No, why not? But the funny thing is, Japanese people say really polite, right? But they always asking age. I think that's feel when I move in Generation Jones, Generation Jones. Okay, I don't know the Generation Jones. That's your generation? Okay. Probably marketing term of the generation is different like a name, I think. It's like a baby boomer and what else? Baby boomer, generation X. Between generation X and baby boomer, I think something. And generation Y and the millennium is kind of overlapping or same thing sometimes. The youngest generation is what do you call it? Generation Z, I think. Most likely, and the people targeting biggest generation, which is either baby boomer or millennials. Oh, between X and baby boomer. I see. probably the small population. Small. What was the Generation J, like a famous toy or something? Because whenever I take the marketing, there's a always talk about what's the popular toy or product for each generation. I see. Big gap within some Generation X. Yeah, I think so. Many people mention. Yeah, that's right. Unless you're a marketing person, right? The millennials is 90 billion, no, 90 million. 90 million. Hold on a second. 90 million. 90 million, I think. 90 million is a millennium. That's a huge generation group in United States. The history, biggest generation in US history, I think. And also the biggest depression rate and unemployment rate. Sorry, she can't wait no longer. I'm glad she doesn't speak. Otherwise, let's go. Yeah. Is this her speaking? Like barking and speaking? She was looking at me. What the hell are you talking about? Tristan, why did you change the icon? It's really angry Pikachu. Pikachu is supposed to be smile all the time. Hello, we are almost finished, but we are kind of chatting with social media, and we started from time management. Now we're talking social media and generation X, Y, Z. If you want to join the conversation, feel free to join it. Or did I scare her? Sometimes I try to be quiet for the newcomer because otherwise kind of scare them off, then leave. Yeah. I was researching about social media's like business model and revenue model. Almost all them are like advertisement revenue, right? Twitter definitely struggle to making money because I haven't used the Twitter until I started to use Periscope. If I don't use Periscope, I don't think I use Twitter. So probably Twitter is facing a lot of inactive user. Then I saw some scopes saying the Twitter started to offering like more text, which is not 140, like 280. Yeah, you are the one and scope, using scope without Twitter. See, I used to use Twitter a lot when I was selling my purses because Twitter was the most like highest engagement rate to bringing potential customers to my site, and I definitely increased my sales sometimes 300%, or if I use the same method for my friends, I grow their businesses 400% using only Twitter. But besides their business, if I don't have any close friend to talk about, it's kind of useless. Then I haven't used for Twitter so like a long time. Then when we decided to use in some live streaming platform, and the second choice was YouTube, but YouTube was only for the subscriber. By the time we have only 30 or 40 subscribers. I see. I used to teach the computer skills to the yeah, thank you so much. You definitely enjoy the conversation as a viewer, like what I do all the time for your scope. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's almost 8:30. My dog. You're welcome. Yeah, bye now. Jeannie, are you gonna cook soon, right? It's for the dinner. Yeah, bye bye. Yeah, maybe I have to wrap up because I didn't create any story. I just keep sharing the tips. And so Kim, oh, we haven't decided the next week's not title, topic. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. You gotta still work, right? Because you are at work. Sorry to keep you wait like an hour. I'll think about the next week's topic and still doing organizing, but organizing is very key, and mindset. If I talk about mindset or being positive and negative, being positive things, I keep talking all long hours, I think. Visualization or storytelling. Okay, I have to think about the next week's topic with John. Do you have any suggestion or request? No? Okay. I'll think and come up some useful idea for everyone. Yeah, please. Maybe because I forgot to tweeting or to everyone. I'll do that for next time. Kind of reminding everyone, this Wednesday, please come, or I'm gonna about the class in 30 minutes, or those type of reminder. I'll do it. So I think tomorrow morning I'm going to do like a team management webinar. I have to finish the slides, so I think I have to wrap up. Thank you, Tristan. I think Johnson mentioned about you are tapping 1 million hearts to him. That's a lot of tapping, and I was really amazed by the number. 1 million hearts. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you PuchiPeri tomorrow, and PuchiPeri story next Wednesday. Thank you. Okay, maybe I should keep this slides then finish. Thank you. Bye now.